Right now, as you're watching this video, 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. That's not just poor people. That's nurses, teachers, software engineers, people making six figures. And here's the scary part. Most of them have no idea why they're stuck. They think it's just bad luck. But it's not. There's a system behind it. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's talk about it. Look, I'm not here to sell you some course or tell you to start a side hustle. I'm here to explain something that affects almost everyone in this country, but nobody really talks about honestly. If you've ever felt like you're working harder than your parents did, but somehow you're still broke at the end of the month, this video is for you. And trust me, by the end of this, you're going to understand why this keeps happening and what most people get wrong about money in America. Let me paint you a picture. You wake up Monday morning. You drag yourself to work. Maybe you're sitting in traffic for an hour. Maybe you're staring at a computer screen all day. Maybe you're on your feet for 8 hours straight. You do this 5 days a week, sometimes more. Your paycheck hits your bank account every 2 weeks. And for about 12 hours, you feel okay. You feel like an adult, like you've got it together. Then the bills start coming. Rent is due. That's half your paycheck right there. In some cities, it's more than half. Then there's the car payment, because you need a car to get to work. Insurance. Groceries, which somehow cost twice what they did 3 years ago. Your phone bill. Internet. Maybe you've got student loans sitting there like a second rent payment. And God forbid you have kids, because daycare costs more than college. By the time you're done, there's maybe $200 left, if you're lucky. So you tell yourself, next month I'll save something. But next month, your car needs new tires. Or your tooth starts hurting and you need a dentist. Or your company changes the health insurance plan, and now your deductible is higher. And just like that, you're back to zero. Again, you're not lazy. You're not dumb. You're not bad with money. You're just stuck in a cycle that feels impossible to break. And here's the thing that nobody tells you. This isn't an accident. Let's go back in time for a second. In 1970, the average American home cost around $23,000. The average salary was about $9,000 a year. So if you saved aggressively, you could buy a house in about 3 years. Today, the average home costs over $400,000. The average salary is around $60,000. Do the math. Even if you saved every single penny, no food, no rent, nothing, it would take you almost 7 years. But of course, you can't do that. You have to live somewhere. You have to eat. And it's not just housing. College tuition has gone up over 1,200% since 1980. Health insurance costs have tripled. Childcare costs more per year than in-state college tuition in most states. But wages? Wages have barely moved. When you adjust for inflation, most Americans are making less than their parents did at the same age. So you're working just as hard, maybe harder, but the goal line keeps moving further away. You're running on a treadmill that's speeding up, and every year it gets a little bit faster. Now here's where it gets darker. The system knows you're struggling, and instead of helping you, it profits from it. When you don't have enough money to cover your life, you have two choices: go without or borrow. Most people borrow. Credit cards become your emergency fund. Car loans become your only way to get to work. Student loans become the price of a better future. And all of it comes with interest. The average American has over $6,000 in credit card debt. And credit card companies charge an average of 20% interest. That means if you're only making minimum payments, you're barely touching the actual debt. You're just feeding the interest monster. Let's say you owe $5,000 on a credit card at 20% interest, and you pay $150 a month. It'll take you 4 years to pay it off, and you'll pay over $2,000 just in interest. That's $2,000 that didn't buy you anything. It just disappeared. Now multiply that by millions of people. That's billions of dollars flowing from working Americans to banks every single year. And here's the cruel part. The system makes it easy to get into debt, but hard to get out. You get pre-approved credit card offers in the mail. Buy now, pay later buttons on every website. 0% financing that turns into 25% if you're 1 day late. They want you in debt because debt is profitable. Your struggle is their business model. But let's be honest, it's not all the system's fault. There's something else happening too. Something quieter. Something we do to ourselves. It's called lifestyle creep. Here's how it works. You get a raise. Finally, you're making $5,000 more a year. You think, okay, now I can start saving. But then you think, I've been working so hard. I deserve a nicer apartment, or a newer car, or that streaming service you've been putting off, or eating out a couple more times a month. And just like that, the extra money is gone. You're making more, but you're not saving more. You're just spending more. And I'm not saying you don't deserve nice things. You do. You work hard. But here's the truth most people don't realize. Your lifestyle should not grow as fast as your income. Because if it does, you'll never get ahead. You'll just be stuck on a higher level of the same treadmill. The people who break free from the paycheck to paycheck cycle aren't the ones making the most money. They're the ones who learn to live below their means. They're the ones who said no to the bigger apartment and yes to the savings account. And I know that sounds boring. I know it sounds like you're punishing yourself. But here's the thing. Temporary discipline creates permanent freedom. Permanent confort crée permanent stress. So here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Living paycheck to paycheck isn't just about money. It's about choices. It's about systems. And it's about whether you're willing to do things differently than everyone else around you. Most people are playing a game they don't even realize they're in. They're trying to look successful instead of being secure. They're buying things they don't need with money they don't have to impress people they don't like. And I get it. We live in a country that measures your worth by what you own. Your car, your house, your clothes, your vacation photos. But here's the secret. Rich people don't play that game. Wealthy people drive old cars. They live in modest homes. They don't care what you think because they know something you're just starting to figure out. Freedom is better than stuff. Security is better than status. And peace of mind is better than a new iPhone every year. The paycheck to paycheck trap isn't just a money problem. It's a clarity problem. And once you see it clearly, you can start to change it. So let me leave you with a few simple ideas. These aren't magic pills. They won't make you rich overnight, but they will help you start thinking differently. First, know your numbers. Most people have no idea how much they actually spend every month. They just spend until the money runs out. Sit down and track it. Every dollar. You'll be shocked. Second, treat savings like a bill. Don't save what's left over at the end of the month. There won't be anything left. Pay yourself first. Even if it's just $50. Build the habit. Third, question every recurring expense. Subscriptions. Memberships. That gym you haven't been to in 6 months. These things add up fast. Cut what you don't use. Fourth, stop comparing yourself to people on the internet. Their highlight reel is not your reality. Most of them are in debt too. They're just better at hiding it. And fifth, understand that getting out of this cycle takes time. You didn't get here overnight. You won't get out overnight. But every smart decision you make today is a brick in the foundation of your future. And that future is worth building. Look, I know this video might have been heavy, but I also hope it gave you some clarity. Because once you understand why this is happening, you stop blaming yourself. You stop feeling like you're broken. You realize you're just stuck in a system that wasn't built for you to win. But here's the good news. You can still win. Not by playing their game, but by creating your own. By spending less than you make. By avoiding debt like it's poison. By building slowly and consistently, even when nobody's watching. You're not behind. You're not too late. You're just waking up. And that's the hardest part. If this video helped you see things a little more clearly, consider subscribing. I make content like this because I believe real education beats fake hype every single time. And if you know someone who's stuck in this cycle, share this with them. Sometimes all it takes is one conversation to change everything. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.